Good morning, all. Simon Holden here, the Sheriff of Tippingham. Well, it is here. It is here. It is here. A day I have waited for like a child on Christmas Eve. Yes, I can finally say my lucky knuckles mobsters pomade has arrived. Now, they do a standard one. This is not the standard one. It's a special edition Lucky Knuckles one. And there was a bit of a shortage, but Amazon assured me as soon as it came in. But you don't want to know about that. You want to know about Aintree Day 1, not hair care products. Well, what can I say? That day is here too. So for me, it's a cause of treble celebration when you chuck Augusta in. And I know you will be as buzzing as I am. So let's have a little bit of background info at Aintree. And there is still time to get involved in my audacious Aintree and Masters Coup d'etat, which is still live till about noon. So you can get involved with the Masters and you can get involved with Aintree at the links below. And it'll be very clear what to do. The Masters star pick. And I've already selected my national horse and it is out there. So do get involved this morning. You can still play the double. You can still get on the national bet now. And I believe this is going to be one of the biggest gambles in recent Aintree history. We're going to be part of it well before Saturday. So do get involved. So Aintree, day 1. It is a 7-race card starting at 145. The outlook, just spoken to the informer who's bolted in his Southport hotel, and it looks like steady rain. It could be some heavy showers and strong winds this morning, and the course, the weather will brighten up as the day goes on. So the going now is good to soft in places on the national course, good to soft. With more rain to come. However, the earlier weeks forecast of massive doom and gloom, super heavy ground national looks like that won't transpire. So what we want, of course, for this whole festival, particularly the biggie on Saturday, is just good to soft, safe ground. We don't want extremes. We never want extremes. We don't want any of this stupid water in this week. We want the elements to help keep it good to soft. And it looks like they're going to help today. So if you're going, never bet on odds on and do take a mark, as they always say, the two biggest bits of info for any festival, but certainly they count today. Never bet odds on a festival and always be aware of the old Michael Caine on some heavy David Gowers. So they're going to get them today. Hopefully it'll brighten up if you're going as the day goes on. Now, the first race is the Grade 1 Novice Chase. Class 1 over 2 mile, just short of 2 mile 4. And Earn River is the favourite for Charlie Hammond. This one's certainly on a roll, isn't it? I can tell you my special is looking elsewhere. We got Warlord, who's been well backed overnight. We've got Pic de Rue for Nichols. Now, I think this is a big festival for Nichols. Let's be fair. He completely bombed out at Cheltenham. He went out on a limb with this they've watered thing. But the horses that did run were abysmal. Ones that he said would like soft ground underperformed. He then said they didn't like soft ground. Now, of course, Nichols has got a huge career. Who am I to say anything against this man with so many great achievements? But I do think this is a big few days for his yard. And for Harry Cobden, who rides Pic de Rue. Got Gin Online with the all-conquering Rachel Blackmore. We've got Miller's Bank, who a few people are tipping up. And the Widowmaker, the outsider. Sadly, Jack Ma is a non-jigger. So Jack Ma is a non-jigger, which means if you're playing each way, I'm afraid you have lost. You haven't, have you? Because there were 7 runners. One came out yesterday. What am I talking about? It's a 2-place each way race. And again, that's a slight worry. You know, this is our second major festival where we've come up short for each way bets. So there isn't enough to fill it. But the horses are there. It's going to be not the greatest renewal, but it's going to be an incredibly competitive start to this wonderful 3-day jamboree. We then go on to the 220. This is the 4-year-old juvenile hurdle, another Grade 1. Now, this has been a race of shocks. And it throws up one of the great imponderables for punters. Do you follow Cheltenham form or do you oppose horses that have had hard races at Cheltenham? There are some of the greatest minds believe either of those options. So it's a pick 'em, isn't it? But Pied Piper goes on a shade of odds on. Now, I've already given you my never bet odds on and always take a Mac to festivals. So you've got a clue that I won't be tipping him. Davy Russell takes the ride. Brazil is the second favourite. So two horses who had big runs at Cheltenham, big high quality runs. We then come to Petit Tonnerre, another of the McManus for John Joe O'Neill, who not in the Nichols pressure, but I think John Joe could do with a good entry. Knight's Salute from Milton Harris at 16s. Now, of course, Milton Harris has been the comeback kid, best comeback since Lazarus in racing terms. He runs Knight's Salute, has to bounce back. We got a horse Too Friendly, which has seen some each way money for the Skeltons, who've had some big days here. And a once raced horse called Foutinette, number 9, which again has seen some shrewd moves overnight. Now that one, Foutinette, is Venetia Williams, who's had another fantastic season. So it's going to be a competitive race. The form of the front two puts them clear on pure form, pure racings, but pure form and pure ratings don't always work out at the second festival. So just bear that in mind if you're playing any shorties today. 255 is the Betway Bowl. A grade 1 over 3 mile, 1 short of a yard or two. And Protectorat heads the market. Protectorat, who of course was third in the Gold Cup. Protectorat, who ran so well when slamming the opposition in what's known as the Gold Cup trial here earlier. So he brings good recent form, good course form. I can see why he's jolly. Conflated, who fell at Cheltenham, we're not going well at all. After winning the big race of the year in Ireland, can he get his form back on track? And of course, Kenboy for Mullins. Now, it's an interesting one with Mullins. He's brought a small team here. And people seem to be having a go at that because he's left a lot for Punchestown. But people moan because he brought too many to Cheltenham. The man cannot win, but he certainly brings Kenboy. We've got Clan des Obeaux, who seems to have been around for years. Let's see how old he is now. He's 10. So he really has some great form in the book. Can Nichols bring him back? We know he's won here before. Eldorado Alan, who's one of the most improved chasers in training. We've got Royal Pagile, who bombed out again at Cheltenham. Can he come back here on a different track? Bristol Demai, who surely is past it. Nutswell and Itchy Feet complete an exciting lineup. So it's going to be a good Betway Bowl. I really do think Aintree have perhaps got their strongest overall day on this first day. And then we come to the Aintree Hurdle. 2 mile 4, a lot of champion hurdle horses going up in trip. So that's a great imponderable. Will Epitant get this trip? Will she be able to remain in the same form she ran a cracker at Cheltenham? Zana here takes her on for favouritism. At the moment, Epitant is winning the battle for favouritism, which is interesting. Then we got Brewing Up a Storm, a horse who's had a really consistent high-class year. Will this extra half furlong suit him? I think it probably will. Montmeral has been one of the market movers in the anti-post market for Nichols and Cobden. He was 4th at Fontwell, 9-4. I thought that was a poor run. But some people think he must have progressed a lot since then. We got Glory and Fortune, who was unsuited by the crawl at Cheltenham. We got Guard Your Dreams, who has had an incredibly consistent year at the top. And I know Nigel Twiston-Davies was saying he feels his price is a joke, but he tends to say that about a lot of his horses. But I can see what he means. 1-3, 1-3, 2-3, all at the highest level. And he's the outsider, which shows you the quality of this hurdle. So it's going to be fascinating to see who goes off favourite, and fascinating to see if the likes of the anti-post gamble on Montmeral, Brewing Up a Storm, whether they can attack the front of the market, or whether a lot of punters will think, pick them. 50% each, pick them on those joint jollies. So that's going to be an interesting race. And then we come to the race. Let's be honest, we like the first 4, but we're all waiting for that first view of the big national fences. And we get it at 4:05. It's the Randox Fox Hunters. It's over the 2 mile 5. Jet bids to win. Now, Jet, of course, gave Sam Whaley-Cohen, who's the amateur king of these fences, gave him a great spin at Aintree and then ran out of puff, basically. What's interesting is they don't go back. They don't go back for Saturday. They come here. But there is a move against him, which has surprised many. I know I was speaking to one of the odds compilers the other day, and he thought this would be a very clear favourite. But Late Night Pass is attacking it in the market now, and down to 7-2, and seems to be getting some real momentum behind it. Number 14. Trained by T. Ellis, ridden by Gina Andrews. And obviously coming here with a lot of confidence. So Jet may be under threat as favourite, or will it shore up as the morning goes on? We shall see. We got Porlock Bay. We got Cat Tiger. This is far from a 2-horse race. We got Cat Tiger with the galloping amateur, Mr. David Maxwell. Cousin Pascal will have his supporters, although he's got to come back from being pulled up. We got Mythbuster, Dashing Perk, Maracuda, Stand Up and Fight, who's the big word for, at a big price. It's going to be a right royal race, isn't it, over the national fences on proper good to soft ground. Maybe a tad softer with that rain that's forecast. But let's hope they all come home safe and sound. That's the first winner we all want today in all the races. Then we got the 440. It's the Close Brothers. I don't know if they are actually brothers, Close Brothers. Red Rum Handicap Chase seems to sponsor a lot. It's a grade 3 over the 2 mile. This is going to be fast and furious. Any 2 mile race here is fast and furious. And this will be no exception. It's a competitive race, as is the final race, the bumper. There are my thoughts on the main races. I'm off to put the Mobster's pomade on. You'll see that in the next video. Don't overdo it though, folks. It's very strong stuff. And on the subject of strong stuff, strong bets all the way at Aintree. I've got the special. The bets are out. You can still get involved in the Masters double. So why not take the hint? You've got till about 12 noon if you want to do that double. And Aintree, well, the bets are there. Come on in. The water's lovely. HFC Club. You've got your email. If you're not in it, we got a dark horse at the aways at Chelmsford. So while everyone's looking at Aintree, we're going to try and land a gamble at the aways at Chelmsford. So get involved. If you're not in HFC, you can get that. I'll be back tomorrow morning with a look at day 2. Give me the thumbs up. Keep it HFC and keep it here. Holding horses.